Hi guys, when I used to run a plumbing company before I got into importing equipment and manufacturing, a lot of parents used to ask me, please could I employ their children as apprentices? And then when people became qualified plumbers and while they were apprentices, the parents used to ask us if we were going to help our son. At that time, girls weren't really interested in plumbing, but now there's loads of women in plumbing, which is awesome. At that time, how much should our child charge per hour? Chris Burgess did these calculations. In the early 2000s, we presented this at a plumbers meeting. I actually did it on the 16th of August on my birthday. This is more than 15 years ago. These figures are really old, and it was done for a young kid that is just qualified, but he's still living with his mom and dad. And the parents wanted to know how much should this young man charge per hour. So what we told the parents is know how much it costs for your son to be in business in your home. And here it is. You first need to work out how many hours per year are billable for that child living at home. So when you send your son out, he's got 52 weeks in a year on the Gregorian calendar. But there's 5 working days in our week. We are not in Russia or China where there's a 6-day or 7-day week. Those guys don't rest like us. So in South Africa, 5-day week, 260 days. But you've got a minus 47 days. Minus 15 days for annual leave. 13 days South African public holidays. 5 days for sick leave. Inclement weather 4 days. 12 and a half days for standing time, because 40 weeks is 100 hours, and you've got 2.5 hours per week for quoting, your bucky's broken, so you've got to take 47.5 days off the 260, which leaves you 212 days. This is not even if there's COVID or lockdown. This is in normal operating under South African conditions. I'm not talking about traffic jams. I'm not talking about disasters. I'm not talking about any of the nonsense that we've already had to go with. This is when the world gets back to normal, that you've only got 212 and a half working days. So you've only got 10 months really, because it's 21.25 times 10. You've only got 10 months, but you've got to pay the bills. The parents have to help that kid pay the bills for 12 months as a plumber that's just qualified, but he's only got 10 months to earn 12 months money. So the parents were quite good, and they said, look, our son has to have his accounts correct, so we're going to budget 900 Rand a month for an accountant. We demand that our son pays us 1,000 Rand a month rent for the garage and his room. This is like $500 for the garage and $500 for the room, times 12. We want our son to pay us 800 times 12, 9,600 for lights and water. We've professional parents, and we want our son to have a landline, and mom was going to answer the phone. And we're so professional, we have internet as well, times 12 months. We're going to have an office cell as well as a landline for the mom, because she was going to do the office work. I mean, the dad could have done the office work, it doesn't matter. Bank charges, because these were clever parents, and they understood that running a business needs certain things, and you need equipment in your office times 12 is 10,800. 1,000 Rand a month for stationery. You need to print little books, invoice books. You need to print 300 Rand a month for furniture, marketing. The parents were going to print out flyers. They were going to take an advert in the yellow pages. The internet wasn't big at all in those days. Institute of Plumbing in those days charged 175 Rand a month. You guys can put whatever association you want in there. The mom or the father was going to take 2,800 Rand for a salary and give her a 13th check. The owner, the son, was going to get 10 grand a month. You could on the next one you'll see there's actually a plumber as well as the business owner. So this is that, and you could just include both of these, and with a 13th check. You see the staff have got 13th check and the others don't. So your total for your office is 30K a year. Your tools and your equipment, 12 grand a month. Cell phone for the actual plumbing team out on the road. The plumber's salary is 12 plus the owner's 10. You could just double that and make it 22. In those days, the plumber's assistant, that was a very good salary with a 13th check. which is 36k. Training, so your total direct team is 218k per year. Insurance, obviously the parents wanted their kids to have insurance because they didn't want their children to go out and work without insurance. So they would have keyman insurance, general office insurance, public liability, product liability, defective workmanship, the bucky insurance. In those days, I mean, the Nissan 1400, that was like a tiny little bucket, could get in anywhere. Now, so you'd have insurance. I mean, that was a lot of money for insurance in those days. The people were saying, wow, why are you charging so much? So if you can do this in 2021 operating from your parents' house, then figure it out. Tools and equipment insurance, your total insurance 55,800. Transport, 3,800. A lot of the parents that we spoke to said, and they were good businessmen and good businesswomen, and the principle is, and we've always done this, when any of the vehicles, and our vehicles are paid off, we always allow the amount that you would pay if you were going to have a hire purchase agreement. You should put that money in your pocket to replace the vehicle. So that was 3,800 to pay back then. Fuel, 32 times 12 times 12 times 12. Toll fees, this is your transport, repairs and tires and servicing and everything, it's 14k a year. Subtotal 105k for that. Here's your summary. Office 300, direct team 200k, insurance 55k, transport 100k, 684,000 rand per year the young man had to earn. Divide that by 10 months, 68,000 rand a month. Put a 20% deposit. I sound like a car salesman. And a 20% profit. And we were telling the young people that profit isn't a sin. You don't have to feel bad about making a 20% profit. You could put on a 100% profit. Put whatever profit you want on there. But the profit at 20% was making your cost plus your profit. Your selling price was 85k per month. You've got 22 days to earn that money in. That means you must make 3,888 rand a day. But you've only got 5 hours to earn that in, because by the time you've gotten there and back and got your stuff organized, and in fact, you shouldn't really allow for traffic jams. I'm just talking about just normal working as a maintenance contractor, not a construction guy. You're only going to get 5 hours to earn 778 rand. So what they did, they rounded it up to 770, and they divided this into a call-out fee of 330 and an hourly rate of 440. And there you have it. And you need 5 of these recipes for a young person to survive. Send me a private message. I'll send you the Excel sheet and put your own numbers in. Keep safe out there. Thank you.